Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. My name's Yozoi. You may remember me from such videos as How to Play Subterra's 101, High Impact Adamantipator, and High Impact Adamantipator 2 Electric Boogaloo. So you're probably wondering why you're here today. Well, I have the answer for you. You could even say, it's pretty remote.
So, with the world situation still quite complex, to say the least, remote duels are your safest and most effective option to play organized Yu-Gi-Oh! At this time. Now then, the following video is a remote duel guide, so without any further ado, let's get started. Also, just remember, if you like what you see so far, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you're having any issues. If you need any help, I'll do my best to help you. And in addition to that, I also stream nearly every day over on the Purple site, and that is where I am going to be primarily streaming Switch games such as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I do viewer battles and whatnot, do viewer races in Mario Kart, etc, etc. So please come hang out, it's always a fun time. Anyways, back to the video. Now then, whenever you remote duel, you generally want to have a mat. Mats not only protect your cards, but also make it so you have an easy way to indicate where certain zones are. Now then, there's two types of mats generally. There's either the unzoned ones, like this first one with Dark Paladin on it, or there are zone types, such as the official Yu-Gi-Oh! Ones that have the zones, or certain fan-made ones, of course, have the zones as well. You could use whatever you like, but if you do have one without zones, make sure you put on a field center in order to easily determine where the extra monster zones are. Either a marker card that's generic, or if you have it and it's even better, an official Konami field center. Now then, something that generally happened for a lot of the OTS stores in North America was that they were supplied a bunch of kind of mic/phone stands that you could use for remote dueling. So just go to your OTS, ask the store manager about it, and they should have one for you. That's how I got mine anyways. They offered it to me after I came and picked up some Yu-Gi-Oh! Product because, well, I am a regular there. Anyways, this little boom stand is actually extremely helpful, and it basically completely lowers the barrier for entry for remote duels. So I'm going to show you how I set it up here. I do it by connecting it to a textbook because I have a glass table, and you know, that would shatter a glass table if I screwed it on too tight. And so I use a textbook, and then I put my phone in, and then I have to adjust it. And we'll get into that a little bit later, but suffice it to say, these things are actually pretty good and pretty handy and pretty malleable, so you shouldn't have too much of a hard time getting a good angle. So anyways, here's my preliminary setup now that we have everything kind of out of the box and ready to go pretty much. We're just going to put my laptop right here. That way I have a perfect view of where my opponent's stuff is, and I can also make sure that my opponent's seeing my stuff a-okay. If you don't have a laptop, that's alright. You could use a single monitor from your computer, or you can say, you know, work at a bit of a distance. This is a very kind of optimized setup for my situation. However, your situation may not be the same as mine, so feel free to experiment. After placing the computer in the correct position, however, I'm gonna just hook up my microphone, put my microphone right in front of me. I also plugged in my headphones, but I did that after I was done recording. That way I could obviously hear my opponent, and then just put my mouse where I felt like it would be best and kind of most out of the way, and there we go. Now I'm all set up and ready to go. Now we're gonna move on to playing around with the camera angle of the phone and figuring out where exactly we want things to look and how we want them to look. Alright, so here we're just going to start setting up the mat for our duel. So deck and extra deck go in their typical places. I like to put the tokens underneath the extra deck. I like to keep my hands in the playfield as often as possible. I have my dice tray right near my right extra monster zone, and I'm going to put my side deck right near my left extra monster zone. That way those are both in view at all times as well. Now then, you do have to have your side deck in view at all times just to make sure, you know, you're not going through an entire binder of side cards when you are side decking or things like that. And tokens, it's just nice to have them along with the dice on the field. Again, as long as your hand is always visible, that's the most important thing. So if you need to just use one hand to get a sip of water or something, you could do that as long as you keep your physical card game hand in view at all times. Additionally, I'm just going to show you right at the end here what an angle you don't want is, because you want to be able to hold your cards comfortably. Like if you're looking directly down at you, you risk accidentally tipping your cards over and then you having your opponent see your cards, and that's giving them free information that could lead to them winning. So you want to make sure you have an appropriate angle, that way you're holding your cards comfortably and you know you're not worried about accidentally revealing things to them. Additionally, make sure that that you guys both agree on columns, because things like infinite impermanence will come up. And additionally, my last word of advice is please read through the Remote Duel PDF that was officially put out by Konami. Ask your judge about any other concerns or things like that you should be aware of. Try to get this set up a good few hour or so before your Remote Duel event actually starts. That way you can troubleshoot issues. You can get feedback from other players, especially if you have a friend to play with over Discord in the meantime. So yeah, that's our 5-minute or so little Remote Duel crash course. I hope you appreciate it. Thank you very much. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you did like this content. I'll be having a deck profile up soon for the deck I'm actually playing this weekend, and I will see you guys later. Have a great one.